We all know the eyes of the racing world will be on Gulfstream Park for the Pegasus Invitational this weekend, but there are plenty of other good stakes races going on that day, and one on the undercard that caught our eye is called the Fred Hooper Stakes. Originally run at Calder Racecourse and called the Tropical Park Handicap, it was renamed in 1994 to honor a man who was one of the most well-known and respected participants in the Sport of Kings, and is a true rags-to-riches story who struck gold, roses, in his first try. Fred Hooper was born in Georgia in 1897, and after quitting school in the 8th grade, he held various different jobs, including that of a potato farmer, a prize fighter, and some might say ironically a schoolteacher, before he hit it rich in the construction business, using some of that money to first breed champion Hereford cattle on a ranch in Alabama. Wait, where?
Alabama, son.
He then turned his attention to the thoroughbreds and founded the Circle H Ranch in Ocala, Florida. Attended the sales in Keeneland in 1943 and purchased 3 yearlings. The first one of those purchased he named Hoop Jr. after his son. How good was Hoop Jr.? Hooper called him the best horse he ever owned, and he did go on 2 years after that purchase to win the Run for the Roses that first Saturday in May, 1945. Not bad for a first purchase, if you ask me. In a career that went on to span more than 50 years in the sport, he bred horses that won more than 100 stakes races. Perhaps one of his most known recent runners, even though we really can't call the 1980s exactly recent anymore, was the amazing versatile horse precisionist, who could win top stakes races from 6 furlongs up to 1.25 miles. They don't breed them like that anymore. One of Hooper's other favorite horses was Susan's Girl, who would go on in the 1970s to become the first female horse to surpass $1 million in earnings in North America. As a 3-year-old, she won year-end honors as champion 3-year-old filly. In her 4-year-old season, she won 9 of 13 starts and never finished out of the money. Why do we likely not hear more about her in that year then? Well, that year happened to be 1973, and another horse was kind of a big name and a big deal that year as well. And about Susan's Girl was that after being found with bone chips in her left front leg and having them successfully removed by equine surgeon Dr. Copeland, a procedure that was by no means as widespread and routinely done as it is today, she was sent to Hooper's farm in Ocala to recuperate. What did he do for physical therapy and training for her while she was healing? Well, only swimming her in Lake Weir every day for 2 months. The water therapy seemed to do her good, though, and she was able to return to the races for a 6-year-old campaign. That campaign was probably her best in terms of earnings, and with 6 wins and 8 starts, she fulfilled Hooper's dream of becoming the first staffer to top $1 million in earnings. It also earned her another eclipse as top older filly and mare. That award made her the only female horse in the 20th century to win both 3-year-old filly of the year and 2 awards later for older filly or mare of the year. Quite an achievement for any horseman. Hooper remained very active in both racing and in life through his 102 years on this earth. His secret, he said, was always looking forward and never looking back. He was a founding member of the Thoroughbred Owners and Breeders Association, a member of the Jockey Club, and an honorary director of the Breeders' Cup. He was also instrumental in bringing in jockeys from Latin America to great success here in the U.S. Lafitte Pincay Jr., Raulio Baeza, and Jorge Velasquez all got their start in this country running on Hooper's horses. He died at the age of 102 in Ocala, and before his death had concerns about the future of the sport he spent the better half of his life in and loved so dearly. He saw racing as declining in the fans' eyes because it was too based on off-track wagering and being an all-numbers game. The secret to bringing back racing, in his words, was to educate people to the beauty of racing. Words indeed that perhaps all those who hold power in racing today should strongly heed. This education segment brought to you by Thorofan. Check out Thorofan.com to learn everything about this amazing sport we call thoroughbred racing, and to become a member today. Thorofan, giving the fans a voice.